What is up, you guys? Welcome to another day with Spencer here on my personal channel, and this week we are talking about all things letters. So if you don't know, my name is Spence. I'm a non-binary transmasculine individual, and I'm currently pursuing phalloplasty, and you are more than welcome to come along for the ride. So letters. If you are unaware, you need 3 letters in order to get bottom surgery. And when I talk about bottom surgery, I mean hysterectomy, metoidioplasty, and phalloplasty. So the 3 letters, 1 has to be from your prescribing physician, and 2 have to be from mental health professionals. So the first letter from the prescribing physician for me was the easiest one to obtain. All that was an email to my PCP, and he just wrote a letter saying that I was 1, have been on testosterone consecutively for at least 12 months, 2, that I was not obese, 3, that I was not at any risk of surgical complications, and that was it. So that was the easiest letter to come by. The next 2 letters were a little bit more difficult. So the second 2 letters had to be from mental health professionals. Now it depends on your surgeon. Some surgeons require that at least 1 letter is from someone with a PhD or higher, whereas others just require it from any mental health professional. So in order to avoid any chaos in the end, I decided to at least get 1 surgeon to be, or 1 letter to be from someone with a PhD or higher, and then another from just a counselor or therapist, whatever. So when it comes to getting letters, I already go to therapy consistently, so I was able to get 1 letter easily. The second letter was a little more difficult to obtain. And I kind of think getting 2 letters, this whole gatekeeping thing is kind of bullshit personally. I don't really think it's fair, and I think it's a slap in the face to the mental health profession. I say this because when I was pursuing my second letter, it was, 1, difficult for me to find a gender therapist or a therapist willing to write the letter. I went through 2 counselors and therapists until I found one that was willing to write the letter. 2, they require you to, it takes a while for people to become comfortable with their therapist and the therapist to become comfortable with the person. So if you expect someone to know after 2 sessions that I'm like trans enough and that I'm in right sound of mind to make this decision, I think it's kind of crap. I think that, it takes a lot more time to get to know somebody than that. And yet it only took me 2 sessions to get a letter. Now, I'm not mad about it because I don't want it to extend out. That was roughly a month with 1 session every 2 weeks. So I'm not mad. I just don't really understand the reason for the second letter. It's also like undermining to my actual therapist who's like, yeah, I know this person and I know this person is trans, but that's beside the point. So when you're looking for letters, the easiest thing that I would say is to go to psychology.com and then search gender affirming letters, and then you'll have a list of therapists, or LGBT too. You'll have a list of therapists that are like comfortable doing these things, and then you'll be able to choose. I live in Kalamazoo, which is a small city in Michigan, so it was a little more difficult to find somebody, but fortunately the therapist I go to already has a PhD, and the other letter was just somebody from school. So it was really easy for me to obtain. Again, it took me a month to get my 3rd letter, but I finally have all 3. Now, the importance of having your letters is your surgeon will not schedule a date until all 3 letters are in their office. So I've only had 1 consult thus far. My other consults are in September and November. So at least I know now that all of my surgeons, depending on who I choose, will immediately have my letters and immediately be able to schedule me a date instead of having to wait and me figure out how to get different letters. So that's all things letters. If you have any questions, comments, issues, problems, concerns, please leave them in the comment box below. I try my best to reach out or get back to y'all or respond to your messages. And yeah, that's all I got. So I hope you're having a great week and are gearing up for an even better weekend. It is Sunday. It is Spencer. Until next time.